And you know what they'll do? They'll do their homework tonight, and guess what they'll send me overnight? Like 15 questions. So Wednesday I'll be bombarded with 15 questions, but guess what? It's too late. So anyway, here's a homework question, 2.1, 15/7. 2.1, 15 in the book, number 7 online. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that's a good test question. That's a very good test question.
Are you going to record?
Huh? Yeah, I hit record.
You going to record?
Yeah, thank you. Y'all have to remind me. Let me blow it up for some of those people that sit at the back of the room as far as they can from the screen. There you go.
Oh, you can't even see
Now, if you're not far enough back, see if you can get back there where the sink is, Easily Campus.
No, there's not even a problem for it up on the board.
Yeah, it's not even on ours.
Okay,
It's not even on our screen, so I really
suck.
can't see it. We know.
I know. That's what it says on my Facebook, I bet. Hubert sucks. Not my Facebook. Rate my professor. Oh, glad you could join us. Come on in at 10 after. All right, that should be showing it.
Pleasure.
All right, give you a few minutes to work on that, or a few seconds to work on that. And that is a test question.
You can't see the process still.
Well, it's got to load. I can't do anything about that. Let me know if it doesn't come up.
Priority 1 message coming in on secured
Oh,
channel.
there's somebody telling me they're going to Skype in after, and they probably hadn't probably hadn't even put Skype on their machine. Okay, can y'all see the screen now?
Nope.
We can.
Pendleton can.
Pendleton can, but EC can't. Golly, what a surprise. All right, let me do it again.
Hold on.
What?
Never mind. Yeah, go again, I guess. It popped
All
up
right,
for a second.
present
Never mind.
desktop.
I got it.
So y'all can see it now?
Yes, sir.
So 4 brackets 3 times x minus 13 minus 2 times 2x plus 2 equals 5 minus x minus 5 minus 3 times 3x minus 3. This one is one that you want to make sure 3 times before you start that you what?
Wrote the problem correctly.
Wrote it down correctly.
Hey, you're here today. About time you came to class.
What?
This girl, she's just been skipping all the time.
Yeah, they do that, especially when they have drugs.
She was in
problems,
Mexico,
alcohol
apparently.
problems.
She's part of the drug cartel.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, so
Sorry.
she brought back some cool stuff. If you want to come over.
Well, I'm interested in the money. If she wants to give away some of that drug cartel money, I'll be glad to take some of it.
Appreciate it. Great.
Profitable business.
Yeah, buddy.
Stay alive a little
Most of those things are that's against the freaking law. But we're becoming a nation where we don't look at our laws, we just ignore them. That's what's best. Just ignore our laws. Isn't that the best thing to do?
Why not?
Absolutely.
Just ignore them.
And then complain when you get in trouble?
Yep.
Yep.
Or make millions of dollars and complain about the flag that you, or the anthem that you're making all the money under.
Don't even get me started.
Don't even get me started. I've been on Facebook all weekend. Be a cold day in hell before I watch one of them bastards. Sorry. So, what do you do first?
Is it 27 Tom?
Do the
Well,
prince.
Do they have to stand up in
Quit.
college bowl?
this is too long. This is one of those problems that's too long. So what do? You just go to the next problem, right? That's what you do. Just quit.
Give up.
Yeah, give up. How about distributing that -2 and distributing this 3. What's in front of this set of parentheses? A negative what? -1 and a -3. How many of you through Algebra 1, through college algebra, through this class, has had a hang-up in algebra? One little hang-up. In other words, there was something that always got on your nerves about algebra. Anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm one of them. This was it. The distributive law. I can remember when my father was trying to help me do college algebra. And he was trying to tell me about the distributive law. And it just wouldn't sink in. You know, when it finally sunk in, okay, all right. What's so funny? You know, when it finally sunk in,
I think he's just coughing.
okay, well, Calc 1. Calc 1 is when the distributive law finally sunk in. So, if you have a hang-up in algebra, don't feel pregnant, because lots of people have them. Okay? Lots of people have them. All right, so 4, bracket, 3x minus, what is that, 39? Minus 4x minus 4. That pen's about shot. Equals 5 brackets -x plus 5 minus 9x plus 9 close brackets. Now, what do you always do after you do the distributive law? What's usually the next step? Combine like terms. That's usually the next step. So, 4 brackets. 3x minus 4x is -x.
X.
Minus 43. Equals 5. Y'all need to lay off them Marlboro Reds. They're killing y'all. 3 packs a day. Woo. Minus x minus 9x is -10x. And 5 plus 9 is what?
14.
14. Now you distribute the 4. 4 times x is -4x minus 182. Somebody check my math.
32.
70. What is it?
172.
172.
Hey.
-50x plus what? 70?
Yeah.
Which one's the smallest bucket? -4 or -50? -50 is the smallest bucket. So you're going to bring it across the river. And that becomes a positive 50. Take the -72 across the river. And we get -4 plus 50 is what? 46x?
Yep.
is equal to 242. Y'all check me.
Can you move the paper up some, please?
Oh, sorry. There you go. Now I was trying to see 3, 4, let's see, 6. I don't think it's going to go in, but I'm going to reduce some before I even try to think about dividing. So x is equal to 121 over 23. And I know 7 times 23 be 160. That's too much. 6. 6 times, that'd be too much. 5 would be 115. So I guess it's going to be 5. And I don't know how much 5 times 23 is. What's 5 times 23? Is that too much? 115? 115, so that leaves 6. So that means it'll go in more?
Will you move the paper up?
Sorry.
Will you move it up some more?
Why you need to go up more?
We can see the top of the 21 or 121, and that's it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you saw what I saw. I'm sorry.
It's
I
okay.
can't see what y'all see. I'm sorry. See,
All
on mine,
good.
you can see the whole thing. I'm sorry.
Is that 23 or 28?
Son of a
121 over 23. What?
I didn't realize it scrolled down on our screen too. Now we can see everything.
Heck.
Son of a bitch.
All right, so that'd be 5. What does that be? 160. What's 5 times 23? I can't do math in my head right. 115.
Yeah.
And that'd be 6 over 23. Somebody check my math. Or 121 over 23 is the answer. You only use mixed numbers when you're talking about units of what?
Measurement?
Units of measurements only when you use mixed numbers. So nobody walks into Walmart and asks for 121 over 23 feet of rope. So nobody ever uses that for a unit of measurement. So you change it into a mixed number for a unit of measurement if the question's asking for it. That's why most of your science questions are going to be written in terms of decimals or fractions, because it's units of measurement. All right, that is a good question, especially for review. So, all right, next question sent in. .3, let's see, that's 61, that's 41, so we'll do that one first. 41/17. 41 in the book, number 17 online.
2 point what?
2.3.
2.3, right at the top. All right. Drug C and drug R are 2 different brands of drugs used to treat a disorder. Use the fact that market share for drug C was Y is equal to 2.3% for August 25th, 2000. X is equal to 0. And was 8.7% 11 weeks later to write a linear equation function representing its market share as a function of time. Use the fact that market share for drug R was Y is equal to 7.6% for August 25th, 2000. X is equal to, and was 6.4% 11 weeks later. I have no freaking idea what they're asking for. Find the number of weeks past the question is just not.
It's just like write a function at time, write a linear function at time, but they.
Okay. I mean,
Do you make the test questions? Because I hope they're not this like.
no, I wouldn't put this one on a test because the first A and B does not make any sense the way they've got it written. Okay? I know they're wanting a linear equation. I know that. But the way they've got it written, it'll confuse you. Use the fact that market share drug was Y is equal to 2.3%.
Oh, okay. So 11 weeks later. Well, I don't know. So August 25th, 2000 is X equals 0. 11 weeks later would be X equals 11.
Yeah, evidently. That's the only thing I can come up with. 11 weeks later. But see, it's not a very good question. To write a linear function representing its market share as a function of time. Well, that just means write an equation. That's all that means. So you can write the last part off. After it says later, just put write an equation. All right? The fact that drug share C was Y is equal to 2 points for August 25th. So that means that X is equal to 0. I'm going to draw some kind of a picture here because I'm not really sure, what they're saying. So we got to look at our handy dandy graph. And at this point right here, don't look at the monitor, Hubert, right funky. It says Y is equal to 7.6% or 2.3%. So this is 0, 2.3. Everybody with me? Okay. Now, 11 weeks later, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, it is 8.7%. So 11 is 8.7%. Now, this is a prime example of having no idea what the question was asking until you draw what?
Okay.
Until you draw a picture. All right, now find the equation of the line. So all of you should be able to do that. If you can't, just write it up as a failure. So this is x of 1, y sub 1, x of 2, y sub 2. Oh yeah, Hubert, I remember how to do that.
What is Y2?
Huh?
What is Y2?
8.7.
8.7?
So, we got to have a what? In order to write the equation, we got to use the point slope equation. Now, in order to use the point slope equation, you got to have a point and a what?
Slope.
Slope. So we got to find the slope. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So y sub 2 is 8.7. Y sub 1 is 2.3. 11 and 0. I'll do the bottom for you. 11. Now, what is that? 6.4?
Yeah.
Yep.
So M is equal to 6.4 over 11. Now, if you wanted to turn that into a decimal, you could, but
I think that's how the answer was typed up.
okay. Well, turn it into a decimal. Somebody give me the decimal.
0.582.
0.582. Thank you, whoever said that. 0.582. So, y. I'm going to pick. Which point you think I'm going to pick?
0.
Yeah, 0.
3.
Keep it simple. Y minus 2.3 is equal to 0.582 times x minus 0. Hey there. We already went over your question. I'm sorry. Y is equal to 0.582x plus what? That should be your answer. Now that is a prime example. Like I said, if you read the question, you have no idea what it's asking until you draw it. And some of us are visual learners. Is that what they got? 0.582 plus 2.3. All right, now y'all do the second one. Y'all do that one. Use the fact that market share for drug R was Y is equal to 7.6% and was 6.4% 11 weeks later. Write that
Wait.
down.
That's what they got, but it's incorrect.
No, that's the right answer. What they put was 4.32.
Oh, okay.
Let me be in charge of class, please.
I was just making sure.
I'm just kidding. All right, now y'all try B. I'm going to draw a picture of it. B says 7.6%, 0.7.6. And then at the end of 11 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, it was 6.4. 11, 6.4. So now what kind of slope we got now?
Negative slope.
Negative slope. So you should come out with a negative number for your slope. If you don't, that means you're pretty much a disappointment to everybody around you. Well, Alabama played nobody. I hate to say it, but South Carolina played nobody, and they almost lost.
Georgia did.
Georgia played good.
Yeah.
I've never seen them play that good this year. They played the best of that game, and Mississippi State was coming into that game pretty good.
Yeah, they played LSU last week.
So I don't know.
They're not very good.
Either Georgia's pretty good or LSU sucks. One of the two. Because Mississippi
LSU
State
sucks.
always sucked. Huh?
LSU and Mississippi State are both terrible.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Not as terrible as South Carolina. Good gracious. Them boys look like the boys look like they're drunk. I mean, they don't run off. They don't run off the. When you see a team that doesn't run off the field, that means you're gonna have a losing season. They just walk off the field, jog off the field. I don't think that coach is going to last very long at South Carolina. Well, I'm sorry, but that's what you get for hiring a loser. It's kind of like Westside did one year. Westside decided they were going to hire the coach from Walhalla. Really? You're going to hire a coach from Walhalla? Walhalla. 0-11 for the last 15 years. I just don't understand why they. Mm-mm. All right, so here we go. X of 1, y sub 1, x of 2, y sub 2. And m is equal to parentheses minus parentheses over parentheses minus parentheses. 6.4, 7.6, 11, 0. 11 on the bottom. And what, 1.8 or 0.8? What is it?
Negative 1.2.
Okay, I suck. Negative 1.2. And somebody give me that decimal.
Oh.
Negative 0.109.
Now take that slope, m is equal to negative 0.109, and my point is 0, 7.6, and the reason I'm picking that point is because it's got 0 in it. It's going to be easier. So y minus 7.6 is equal to negative 1.09.
It's 0.109.
I'm sorry.
Don't beat yourself up too much here.
I know, I suck. I should quit. Y is equal to 7.6. Y minus 7.6 is equal to negative 0.109 times x minus 0. Y is equal to negative 0.109x plus 7.6. I still wouldn't put it on the test.
Could have been worded a little,
Thank you.
little less.
You said that, I agree with you. That's the one thing about this, that's my only thing about this course I don't like, because I'm writing down because I don't have a board and I can't see who's talking. That's the only thing that drives me crazy. And hopefully next semester we'll have a board fixed where I won't have to do this. Question. It's a good question, but it's just not. I wouldn't put it on the test because I don't like the way the first part of it's worded.
What was
All
the
right.
third part of the question? There was a third
Oh,
part.
shoot. It's got a third part. Dadgummit. The weekly market share of drug C reached that of drug, where they intersect. That's probably what they're asking. So, let's take our handy dandy equations. Y is equal to 0.582 x plus 2.3. And y, that's y sub whatever it asked for the first one. And y sub second is equal to negative 1.109 x plus 7.6. All right. Solve systems of equations. You could rewrite and bring the x's over, and you've got y minus 0.582 x is equal to 2.3, and then you got y plus 0.109x is equal to 7.6. I'm going to get rid of the y's. I'm going to multiply the top. Say again? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Another weakness, me having to switch back and forth.
You do?
Okay. Can y'all see the top?
Yes, sir.
So I brought this over to this side and this over to this side, and that's what I've got here. Now I'm going to multiply the top by negative what? Well, you can multiply the bottom by it, whichever. I'm going to multiply the bottom by -1. So the top is going to be y minus 0.582 x is equal to 2.3. And the bottom is going to be negative y minus 0.109x is equal to negative what? 7.6? And now I'm going to add the two together. And the y's go what? Y's go out. And this is going to be a 1, a 9, and a 6. Somebody check my math there. Is equal to, I have no idea, $2.36 minus $7.60 is equal to $4.30. Somebody check my math. Negative. I may be wrong. I don't know. That's all right. I'll do it, y'all. Y'all don't help me. That's fine.
I'm just trying to make you better.
Yeah. I got negative 4.3. Now, can somebody that talks divide negative 4.3 by negative 6.691?
Yeah, negative
Yeah, it's
4.3 divided by 6.
5.3, I think.
Did y'all understand that?
That's what I was
I
about to say.
I said I think it's 5.3. Or no, wait. 7 minus 2.
Yep, that's 5. Thank you. All right, take 5.3 and divide by 0.691.
7.67.
7.67.
Yes, sir.
8 weeks. $7.67, and you wouldn't go into a meeting and say, "Oh, it's going to take us 7.67 weeks to do it." It's 8 weeks. I think that's the answer to the question. Now, you could have used either one of the methods of solving systems of equation for that, but that was probably the easiest because of the -1 right there. It's up to y'all how you want to do it. Capiche?
Yes, sir.
Y'all not going to talk, so. 8 weeks. There it is. Thanks for reminding me there's a third part. I like the question, I just don't like the way the two, A and B, is worded. I don't like that. That's the only thing I don't like about it. And the last question is 2.361/23. Table below gives the quantity of electronic sensors demanded and the quantity supplied for the selected prices. Find the linear equation that gives the price as a function of the quantity demanded. So P is equal to a function of the quantity. So P is equal to something Q, so that means that Q is the what?
The M.
X or the Y axis?
Yeah.
X-axis.
Yeah.
X axis, good. So draw a graph if you have to. But you could probably, I don't know how straight it is, that's why you got to draw a graph. I'm going to put it in the Excel spreadsheet just to draw a graph. So I don't have to try to draw a graph on my paper because I don't have any graph paper. So I'm just going to, wait a minute. Let me see what that thing says again. Table below gives the quantity of electric sensors, quantity, and the quantity supplied, demanded and supplied. Okay, I forgot about the price over here. Find the linear equation that gives the price as a function of the quantity demanded. Okay, so that would be your x-axis here. And okay, so it's two x-axes. So it would be one. Okay, I'm sorry. So the first one, plot those points. And that's going to be insert I'm trying to hurry. Okay. Now they're using price as a, that's not what I'm reading on the, looks like to me,
Yeah, that's maybe.
gives the price as a function of the quantity. So the quantity is the x-axis. I may be wrong, but that's what it looks like.
Oh yeah, the quantity is the x-axis. Price is like the
Yeah. Well, that's
price is the y.
not
'Cause
written
P.
correctly. So I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna change that. I'm just gonna rewrite it. 40, 50, 60, 70, 100. It's kind of bass-backwards. 350, 300, 250, 250. This mouse, somebody's messed with this mouse. It's like very ultra sensitive.
Russians.
Yep, it's the Russians. It's always the Russians. And white women because their husbands made them vote. That's another reason.
Russians or the North Koreans, one of the two.
Yeah, there we go. That looks a little bit, no, it's still doing it. Or am I wrong? No, it's doing it now, right? Quantity is the x, yeah, that's right. Still a negative slope. But anyway, so 50 and 100, 50 and 100, there we go. It looks like it's pretty straight, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, it looks like you can take, I don't have a straight line. I don't think I can draw anything on it, but anyway, I think it's straight. So you can use it, put it in your calculator. That's be about the best thing to do. Put it in your calculator and do the same thing with the other and find the linear regression. That's what I would do, especially if it was a test question. So down here, you'd have these supplies right here, Control C, and you would put them right here, and then of course these, Control C, be right here, and you would plot these. And there's that one. Now, I'm going to do it by hand as soon as y'all write those down or give a sketch. Sketch those out. Now, here's that one, first one. It's got a downward slope. And then this one has a what? Upward slope. So I'm just going to pick a point on that first one. Well, 50 and 100 and 350. That's what I'm going to pick. I'm just going to pick 2 points. So, $50 and 100 is 1 point. And the second one is, what I say, 350? 350. Why did I pick those 2 points? Because they were even. I know all of them are even, and I just was trying to find easy numbers to deal with, so that's why I zeroed in on the 50 and the 100. On the second one, I'm going to pick 0 and 40. And the next one I'm going to pick probably be 600. No, what is 670? Okay, 670. Now, as you can see, usually, and this comes from when I was taking civil engineering at Clemson before I switched over to mathematics, and also teaching Calc 1 and Calc 2 here at the Anderson campus. Sometimes it helps tremendously to just draw a picture so you can understand what you're doing. All right, x of 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2, x of 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. M is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. 50 minus 100 over 300 minus what? 50. And that's going to give us negative 50 over 250, which will give us negative 1/5. M is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. 70 minus 40 over 600 minus 0. I'm scared y'all gonna kill over and die. I hope y'all go home and drink something. Drink some orange juice. 70 minus 40 is 30 over 600. 30 over 60 is 1 over what? 20. So pick a point. Y minus 100 is equal to negative 1/5 times x minus 50. Y minus 100 is equal to negative 1/5 x, and 1/5 divided, or 50 divided by 5 is what? 10. And y is equal to negative 1/5 x plus what?
110.
All right, so that's your one line. And now this one, y minus 40 equals 1/20 over x minus 0. Y is equal to 1/20 x plus what?
3.
Now they're going to ask you to cross these two, probably.
No.
It does?
Yeah, the equilibrium price.
Okay. So find out where they cross. I'll let y'all do that if you hadn't done it yet. So that's going to be, first one is y equals negative 1/5 x plus 110, and y is equal to 1/20 x plus 40. All right, now find where those two cross. So y plus 1/5 x is equal to 110, and y minus 1/20 x is equal to 40. And just all of a sudden, my autofocus just goes crazy. What can you expect for $50? I bought this webcam for $50 to use at home, and I had to bring it up here because they couldn't get their webcams to work. No comment. There's one of them right there. And then they put a webcam on top of it. That when I took mine home, they couldn't even get it to. So, I'm going to multiply the bottom by negative what? Negative 1, Hubert. Thank you, class. Y plus 1/5 x is equal to 110. Negative y plus 1/20 x is equal to negative what? 40? Oh my God, fractions. You might as well quit. So get a common denominator. So that's going to be 4 over 20. X is equal to 110. And 1 over 20x is equal to, negative 40. So that's going to be 5 over 20x is equal to 100 minus 40 is 60, so this is going to be 70. Divide by 5 over 20. Divide by 5 over 20. When you divide by a fraction, you multiply by the what? By the reciprocal. So 70 times 20 is what? 1,400?
Yeah.
So that's going to be 1,400 divided by 5. And 5 will go into 14, 10, or 5 will go into 14, 2 times. 48 times 0, 280. Somebody check my math.
Right.
Good gracious, people, don't look so miserable. Some of y'all look like y'all. Okay. I look hungover. Pendleton campus looks hungover. What's up, Pendleton campus? Why y'all look hungover?
I would not know.
Long week, there's
Yeah, I'm
2-day hangover.
I'm beginning to worry about y'all, Pendleton campus.
Yeah, we might need
Group
counseling.
therapies and look like you need to go to group Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. All right, what'd they get? Let's see what they got. Well, y'all have to check my answers there, see if I got that. But let's check. If we get this right, then that means we got the rest of it right. So I say 280. Okay, I guess we didn't. Oh, they might. That's X. What's Y? If you plugged in Y for 280, let's see, what did we find? We found X. They might want Y. So that means 280. Plug 280 in to either one of them. So that's going to be Y is equal to 1 over 20 times 280 plus 40. So Y is equal to 280 over 20, which is 14. And 14 plus 40 is what? 54. So, hold on. I'm going to see if that's right first. I think they're 54. Yep. I just put the wrong coordinate in. Okay, here it is. Oop. There we go. I went over here and I took 280 and I plugged it in for X on this formula right here. I took 280 and I back substituted it into that. Look at that. Okay. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give y'all till Wednesday to get your homework done. Okay?
You're the best
Because
human
what's
I've
going to
ever-
happen is half the class is going to go do their homework tonight. And then they're going to go, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do this. And they're going to send in questions. And that's what we'll do Wednesday is go over those questions that procrastinators haven't done their homework. Okay? Let me go over the roll right quick before I let y'all go. Before some of y'all have a heart attack. This is 109. Let me shut the